the actual talent that they have, and they start living into another world, you know.
DEFCON 1, press the button and run, the go incoming. One would have to touch my blood to be this ill. Man enough to pay my bills. That's a cost of being the boss of yourself, my nick. The game is rigged, they mining oil in the middle of flows to blow up quick.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy Riz Ill. I'm back on the channel with another one. And today another one has popped up. Another story. Why am I laughing? This shit is crazy. I can't believe people actually make these decisions. Life is complicated enough. This one is titled, Did You Say to Yourself, I'm actually having sex with my child? Apparently, it's about a woman who reconnected with her teenage son after more than 15 years. And upon them reconnecting, they began to have sexual intercourse.
What made you decide to reach out to your long-lost biological son?
Just one day, my children's father went to a festival. He came back to the house and told me, like, that kid, it was there, and he's grown, and he's there, and this and that, and what do you want to do? And I didn't know what to do. We decided to look him up and reach out to him.
You told us some things about him when you met him. You said, I felt like I couldn't connect with him as a mother, but felt like I was connecting with him in another way. I felt like someone finally wanted me in their life. And you said talking to him eventually became an addiction. And you actually told him, I don't think we should talk anymore because this isn't healthy. And you said, I felt like I was developing feelings. And he said he didn't care, that he felt the same way.
Right.
And he wanted to keep talking. So we kept talking. At that point, were you recognizing these as romantic, sexual feelings?
That's the reason why I thought this is not a good idea to continue to talk, because I understood, like, I didn't feel like I was his mother, and so I just wanted to stop.
And after 3 months of talking, we decided to meet at the motel and proceeded to have a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship.
Right.
Why meet at a motel? Why do that instead of meet?
I'm trying to do the math in my head. You're a child. I don't know the circumstances as to why he wasn't with his mother all this time, but I'm presuming he was given up for adoption. Usual scenarios revolve around teenage pregnancy, a bad financial circumstances, surrogacy, whatever. And you haven't seen your biological mother in a while. No matter who raised you, you still have this sense of maybe there's also another place that I belong. It's sort of like finding out your ethnicity, or you're half this, or you're originally that, and your people descended from, you know? And then you finally meet this person that you belong to in the most close way possible. She's your mother, biological mother. And the first thing you think about is, I want to sleep. I can't even sit properly. Hey, even Dr. Phil is like, I'm gonna need a minute. This thing is stuck. My screen is stuck.
At a food court at the mall or something to moderate this and put in some protections for both of you?
I don't know.
In retrospect, that might have been a better idea, right?
In retrospect, never even meeting him would have been a better idea.
Right. And you said, when my son entered the hotel room for the first time, I felt like I had an obligation to proceed what we had already started. And we had sex and it felt normal and natural at the time. So the very first time you were together, you had a sexual interaction.
My mind doesn't want to understand her or understand any of her tears or what's going on. I'm just trying to understand the situation. I'm trying to understand how they got from point A to point B. I'm not accepting the answer. I'm not even accepting the circumstance. I'm just looking at, explain to me, because there's a full episode over there, but it's too long for me to like go into it. It's like 40 minutes. We're not going to do that long of a reaction. But someone explain to me how you go from point A to point B as a mother. In terms of, you see your child, your biological child. I don't care if you went on to start another family. You're still a mother. This is still a child that came from you. I don't mean this in an offensive way, but fuck the other kids, bro. Fuck the other kids that you had. I'm talking about this child. It's a part of you. And you haven't seen that child for 15 years, a decade and a half. And the first thing you do upon meeting this child, we're not talking about interacting, we're talking about face-to-face meeting. The first thing you think about doing, again, it's frozen.
Did you say to yourself, I'm actually having sex with my child?
No, I don't know. It was just, it wasn't like a relative. It was just, felt like a normal person.
So this didn't
What the
feel.
fuck are you talking about? Close this shit. A relative is even more distant than your own child. Relatives even vary. I'm not even excusing with what I'm about to say. I'm just looking at the math. I'm not excusing. I'm not saying relatives must sleep with each other. But a relative can even go as far as like my cousin's cousin separated. They married into another family. So technically that's my cousin, but we're not blood. Our families are just adjoined in some sort of way. That's my cousin, but it's not really my... You know, it can even be that. Not saying that people should engage in these activities, but it can get to that. There's varying levels of distance relating to relatives. There's no varying level of distance relating to your child. Foot sack, man. Ay.